The Glock 45 is the perfect host for a compensator. The full-size grip and reduced slide and barrel length give you more real estate to mount recoil-reducing accessories. And whereas before you would receive marginal gains in velocity and sight radius, you get to basically take that negative space above your weapon light and mount a compensator to it. All in all, it makes a really nice, pleasant shooting combination. Now, this compensator utilizes vents to direct outgoing muzzle pressure upwards in order to drive the recoil of the firearm downwards. In layman's terms, it uses bullet juice as like a rocket booster jetpack to cut the recoil down. Now, it's also been known in competition circles that the Glock 19 slide length is preferred over the Glock 34 due to its shorter recoil cycle. Now, from my time shooting USPSA, I will say the Glock 34 recoil is considerably smoother. Riding on a longer axis, which with basic physics, that will be smoother. Your split times will be much faster with a Glock 19 slide length because it recoils significantly faster. All of these different components together, the short slide cycling and the compensator, will physically make it faster to shoot than a Glock 34. People realized you can compensate your slide and you can have a faster cycling slide all in the space of a Glock 34. Now, that wasn't without consequence. Those larger compensators from the Roll and Special days caused some types of failure to feeds and some type of failure to ejects due to the increased weight at the end of the gun. So certain grain weights wouldn't exactly cycle very cleanly or smoothly. Now, coming forward into today, we have a variety of compensators coming to the market. The Parker Mountain Machine compensator is one of those, and I prefer it for a variety of reasons. Parker Mountain Machine compensator utilizes a single port at the top of the compensator to eject expended gases. On top of that, they were able to shorten the footprint and lighten it significantly, reducing those aforementioned failures with the original KKM compensators with lighter grain weights. And they were able to machine the compensator in a way to nest around the slide design of the Gen 5. If you notice, it's got this curved beveled design, and they're able to make it nest in there real nice and neat. Really probably tickles a lot of people's autism. So what does this all mean? PMM Compensator is smaller than the original compensators. Instead of taking the space of the Glock 34 size, now you fit it in the Glock 17 size. So we're utilizing less of that negative space and taking up less space overall, and it cycles more reliably with a variety of ammunition. How does it shoot? Shoots really nice. Cuts down on the recoil significantly, especially when you do build drills. You do notice it. The sights tend to settle much easier, and as long as you have a good built grip, those sights are gonna settle exactly where you put them before in a rapid string of fire. Now, when you reduce the felt recoil and you reduce the overall torque on the gun expended by the ejecting cartridge, you're less likely to flinch. So if you're less likely to flinch and your gun has less recoil, you're gonna shoot better. I don't wanna say that you can buy your way into having skill, but running a compensator will help you shoot better, just like having a dot increases your accuracy potential. All in all, if your pistol is not intended to be married to a suppressor at some point, then you might as well install a compensator like this. It only makes sense to take advantage of the real estate taken up by your light and adding a compensator on top of it, because it's basically free space. You've already paid for it with the light, you might as well fill it in with a compensator. Where the Roll and Special was sort of the end game for pistols in the past within a niche subgroup within a subgroup, these compensators are becoming a more popular choice amongst firearms enthusiasts. I'm seeing them all over the place now. Compensators are being built into factory guns rather than installed afterwards by gunsmiths. Or you could say competition is what drove that. Either way, the large proliferation of compensators on the market does show that people are taking pistol craft a lot more seriously, and they are taking the performance of their handgun a lot more seriously. You know, it's been said on the internet, I think it's Modern Samurai Project, Scott Jedlinski, if you don't have a dot on your gun, you're gun Amish. If you don't have a light on your gun, it's only really good for 12 hours out of the day. If you don't have a compensator on your gun, you're not utilizing all the attachment points available on your secondary firearm. All in all, it shoots really nice and flat. If you have the money, why not? I think it's an upgrade in every single way, especially these newer, shorter ones. And I think the PMM Compensator is probably one of the better ones. It's one I would choose myself. PMM's known for having good work. Shout out to PMM. Yeah, I have no complaints at all.